Hi everyone, I'm Asa and I am a product manager and data scientist here at Jay. And today I'm going to be showing you an usage of our data prep and enrichment tool. So in this first page, if you are not registered at Jay, you can click here, fill this form, and create your account. And after this, you will receive an authentication key in your email, so you can use that to log in our tool. So let us log in. And here in this first page, you are going to upload the dataset in a CSV format that you wish to prep and enrich. And in this example that we are going to be doing today, I'm going to use a product dataset only with beverages, okay? So let us choose the dataset here and upload into J. So after that, we are redirected to this page where you have the sample of your data set and also a color code showing you the columns that are already okay, that are already processed for you to use into the prep and enrichment process itself, um, and those that are not prepared yet. So you can see that throughout these two phrases here. So the green columns are the columns that you are going to be able to use in your prep and enrichment process. And the red columns are those that still need to be pre-processed for you to use there. And just for you to know, this pre-processed part is just a form, a translation, let us say that way, that we make into the categories of these columns to make them more understandable for the machine. So this can make all the learning process much more rich and efficient. So in this case, we have these two columns that we need to pre-process. So you're going to choose them here. And you can also choose some options related to the column. For example, if the column, the text in the column, it's written in English, you can choose English or Portuguese or any other languages, and actually also multiple languages in the same column. You can choose this other option. So in this case, since the data set is in Portuguese, we are gonna choose the option in Portuguese itself. And then we are going to send this to Jay to prepare these columns for our enrichment process. And in this page here, we are going to be able to actually see the progress of this processing, so we can have a better understanding of how long this is going to take. And we just have to wait now until we can start our prep and enrichment process. So after finishing this step, we are redirected to the workbench page. But if you need to pre-process any other column, you can go back here to the data manager and through this lateral menu here. But let's start to prep our data set. So here we have this product maker column here, and we are going to simulate some missing values so we can show you how the tool works. So let's delete some cells here just to show you how this works. Okay. After this, you have to configure how your treatment is going to be conducted. So here we are going to choose the column that we wish to treat and prep. In this part, you are going to put the type of your missing value. So in this case, since it's an empty cell, we are just going to leave it empty. But if you had any other phrase, string, word that you wish to substitute, you can put this here, like, I don't know, others or something like that. You can write this down exactly in the same way that you have in the column itself. And these are going to be substitute by the classifications that the learning process will be making. And in this last part, you have to choose the columns that you're going to use to make this process, this learning process feasible. So let's just start here. And through this little screen here, you can see the progress of the learning process itself. So after this, we can check the classifications that were made by this learning process. And as you can see here, the cells that we have deleted are now orange, and this is to indicate the columns that J has filled with the learning process itself. So here you can check them all. If you wish to filter them, you can just come here, select the column that you want to filter, and then you can see all the classifications made. Or if you wish to, for example, I don't know, change any of these classifications here, you can do that. And you can insert these changes, like these corrections, in the learning process by starting process here again. And this will trigger a reclassification of the remaining orange cells. So let's just wait a little bit. Again, you can see the progress of the learning process through this little screen here. Okay, so we still have the remaining orange cells with a reclassification made. And the other thing that we can do with Arcto is to create new categories. So, for example, let us create here a new column. And after creating the new column, you can see that automatically the configuring part already puts the column that we have to treat here as the column that you have created. And also here you have the minimum amount of cells that you need to classify in order for the learning process be able to classify the remaining not filled cells. So, and also when you start to write down the categories here, you will be able to see that this will show you the remaining cells that you need to write down. So let's start here, making the classification. Um, you can see here it's saying to us that we have to write down 7 more cells. Um, okay. In the same way here, we don't have to write nothing here since we are going to fill empty cells. And we are going to use the same columns that we have used before. So let's start the process here. And in the same way, you're going to be able to see the progress of the learning process through this little screen. Oh, yes. And I was trying to categorize the products as alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. Yes, so after this, you can see that the learning process will classify the remaining cells that you have. So you can create entire new categories through this process, and this can enrich new analysis, BIs, or machine learning models. And after all this, you can export in this 3 formats the table. So you can use the result, or you can reset and upload another data set that you can enrich and use for different purposes. So thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, feedbacks, or suggestions, please reach us out on our email or our Slack account or even our social media. So thank you very much, guys, and that's it.